Today, we are cracking open a book that was literally locked away for over 70 years because it was considered too dangerous to publish. We're talking about Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. We're going to distill its single most powerful idea: how to defeat the one habit that silently kills our biggest dreams. Let's dive in. Just let that sink in for a second. Drift. The silent thief. This isn't about some big dramatic failure. It's about a quiet, creeping process that robs us of everything we could have been. And this isn't some new self-help trend. Napoleon Hill wrote this all the way back in 1938, but his family thought the ideas were so radical, so controversial in how they called out our own bad habits, that they kept it hidden for decades. What we're looking at is timeless, powerful wisdom that was almost lost forever. Okay, so let's put this thief under the microscope. What in the world is drifting? And how does it manage to sneak in and take over without us even realizing it? According to Hill, drifting is basically a quiet surrender. It's that moment you stop steering your own ship and just let the currents decide where you go. Other people's opinions, social media feeds, random distractions, they become your captain. It is the absolute opposite of living with intention. And the signs? Well, they're painfully familiar, aren't they? A drifter has no big goal, so they never really get anywhere. They put off decisions, they doubt themselves, they just kind of accept what happens. And you'll notice they have a lot of opinions, but if you poke a little, you'll find they're just echoing what they heard somewhere else. Do any of these hit a little too close to home? It really boils down to this. You're on one of two paths. You're either a drifter or non-drifter. One person just reacts to life, the other acts deliberately. One follows the crowd, the other thinks for themselves. One is paralyzed by fear. The other takes control of their habits. It's a choice we're all making, every single day, whether we realize it or not. So how does this drifting habit get its hooks in us so deeply? Well, Hill says there's a specific toolkit the devil, or our negative impulses, uses to lock us into this state. The primary weapon comes in the form of 6 core fears, and we're not talking about small worries here. These are the deep, fundamental anxieties that freeze our ability to think for ourselves and act with confidence. Just look at this list. The fear of what people will say stops us from even starting. The fear of being broke keeps us in jobs we despise. These fears create hesitation. Hesitation turns into procrastination. And procrastination, over time, becomes the default habit of drifting. Now for the second tool, and honestly, this one is a total game changer. It's called hypnotic rhythm. Hill says this is a law of nature just like gravity. It's the force that takes anything you do repeatedly, especially your thoughts, and cements it into an automatic, permanent habit. So think about it. You repeat a negative thought like, I'm not good enough. That thought starts to become a habit of self-doubt. Before you know it, hypnotic rhythm kicks in, and that habit becomes a fixed part of who you are. It's an automated prison built by your own thoughts. But, and this is so important, it works the exact same way for positive habits too. Okay, enough about the problem. We've seen how drifting works. Now let's talk about the solution. Hill gives us 7 concrete principles that act as the antidote to drifting. This is the code to reclaiming your freedom. And these aren't just feel-good ideas, they're a practical toolkit. Definiteness of purpose, that's your compass. It's your North Star. Mastery over self, that's you with your hands firmly on the ship's wheel. Learning from adversity turns every setback into a crucial lesson. Controlling your environment, that's about choosing your crew wisely. Time becomes your ally, letting hypnotic rhythm lock in good habits. Harmony and caution are about keeping your mind clear and planning your route. Every single one is a weapon you can use against the pull of the drift. All right, this is where the rubber meets the road. Enough theory. Let's build a simple, actionable plan you can literally start using tonight. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there, and you'll just be drifting. You have to decide on one major, definite purpose. This becomes the filter for all your decisions. It's how you say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters. Next up is self-discipline. This is about replacing automatic reactions with deliberate choices. And here's a powerful way to practice it: a daily review. At the end of the day, just ask yourself, where did I procrastinate today? Where did I let fear make a choice for me? Just becoming aware of it is the first giant leap toward changing it. And listen, you cannot win this fight alone.
Hill's mastermind principle is genius. It's about intentionally surrounding yourself with people who get it, who support your purpose, and who hold you to a higher standard. Your environment is the soil where your habits grow. You have to choose it wisely.
So let's make this totally real. Try this 2-week experiment. Day 1, just write down that major purpose statement. For the next 2 weeks, spend 10 minutes every night doing that quick defeat inventory. Where did you drift? Then, in week 2, grab 2 people you trust and just try a 20-minute mastermind call. See what happens. This makes the whole philosophy doable. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. The real difference between a drifter and a non-drifter isn't about being smarter or luckier. It's about the simple, powerful decision to use the one thing you have complete control over, your own mind. So what's the very first step out of the drift? It's defining your purpose. Write it down. Make it real. This isn't just some homework assignment. This is you, drawing a line in the sand. It's you declaring to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that from this day forward, you are the one steering the ship.